The Battle of Anzio, part of the Italian campaign during World War II, took place from January 22nd to June 5th, 1944. It was an amphibious landing carried out by Allied forces, aimed at breaking the stalemate on the Gustav Line and facilitating an advance toward Rome. The operation was spearheaded by the U.S. 6th Corps under Major General John P. Lucas and involved American, British, and Canadian troops. The objective was to outflank the German defenses and draw forces away from the Gustav Line to enable a breakthrough by the main Allied armies further south. The initial landing at Anzio was largely unopposed, as the Germans had concentrated most of their forces at the Gustav Line. However, instead of exploiting the element of surprise with a rapid advance inland, the Allies consolidated their beachhead, allowing the German forces time to react. Under the command of Field Marshal Albert Kesselring, the Germans quickly reinforced the area with additional divisions, including elite paratroopers and armored units. This rapid buildup led to a prolonged and intense battle, marked by brutal fighting and heavy casualties on both sides. The terrain at Anzio was flat and marshy, making it difficult for either side to gain a decisive advantage. The Allies, confined to a relatively small beachhead, faced continuous artillery bombardments and counterattacks from German forces. The town of Aprilia, also known as the Factory, became a focal point of the fighting, changing hands multiple times as both sides sought to control this strategically important location. The German defensive strategy aimed to contain the Allies and prevent them from breaking out of the beachhead, while the Allies struggled to hold their positions. Throughout the battle, the role of artillery and air power was significant. Allied naval vessels provided crucial fire support to the troops on the ground, while both sides engaged in frequent aerial bombardments. The Anzio beachhead became a test of endurance, with soldiers enduring harsh conditions and constant attacks. The winter weather also added to the difficulties, with rain turning the terrain into a muddy quagmire, further complicating troop movements and logistics. In February 1944, the Germans launched a series of fierce counterattacks, aimed at driving the Allies back into the sea. These offensives, which included the use of heavy armor and artillery, inflicted severe losses on the Allied forces, but failed to achieve a breakthrough. The defense of the beachhead, particularly by U.S. and British infantry units, was critical in preventing a German victory. The Allies held firm, but the failure to advance beyond the initial beachhead led to frustration and criticism of the operation's leadership. By May 1944, after months of attritional warfare, the Allies prepared for a final breakout from Anzio. A coordinated attack was launched as part of a larger offensive on the Gustav Line. With reinforcements, including additional armor and infantry divisions, the Allies were able to break through the German defenses. This success allowed the 6th Corps to advance north, eventually linking up with other Allied forces moving up from the south. The breakout from Anzio played a key role in the eventual capture of Rome on June 4, 1944. The Battle of Anzio resulted in significant casualties on both sides, with estimates of around 40,000 Allied and 30,000 German troops killed, wounded, or captured. Despite the initial setbacks and prolonged fighting, the battle ultimately contributed to the Allies' broader strategic goal of advancing through Italy and liberating Rome. However, the high cost and limited initial gains led to controversy, with some questioning the planning and execution of the operation.